No matter what type of relationship you are in with a narcissist, you will find that control is a part of who they are. The narcissist controls everything around them, and their survival depends on their ability to control. They control big things and little things, which can make it very difficult to interact with the narcissist. And when things don't go how they plan them to, they get angry and act one of their numerous narcissistic punishment tactics. Why do narcissists have to control you and everything around them? But first, I'm Dr. Emily Mayfield, a licensed psychologist. Thank you for watching this video and being a part of the Mindset Therapy family. If you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate you hitting the like button and consider subscribing. To understand the narcissist's strong need for control, you must understand that control is a part of the narcissist's ability to survive. While they want you to think that they are superior and have their life together while everyone else is failing, this is all a facade. The narcissist is always on the verge of falling apart and worrying they will be found out for who they really are. The narcissist constantly has an image to maintain, and when they feel like this image can be tainted by the views and opinions of others, they will control to get a tight hold on the world around them. If the narcissist feels out of control, they expose themselves to the possibility of shame and narcissistic injury. Once they lose control, it is very difficult for them to regain control, so they do everything they can, including taking advantage of others, to prevent losing control. Today I will go over 4 reasons why narcissists are so controlling, and control is an important part of their life. I've discussed these topics in length in separate videos, so check those out for more information on a specific topic. First and foremost, when the narcissist controls, it allows them to create predictability in their life. The narcissist lacks object constancy, which means they are highly susceptible to the world around them. They must control whatever they can to prevent unexpected outcomes, which they don't know how to manage. When someone with narcissistic traits gets into an argument with their partner or is otherwise upset with an interaction, they are unable to remember the past positive experiences. All they can focus on is the hurt they feel in that moment, and this pain is all-consuming. It is during these moments a narcissist can be the most hurtful and harmful in their words. The combination of narcissistic injury and lack of object constancy leads to the narcissist saying things that are damaging to the relationship and your self-esteem. This is a big reason why narcissists leave victims in their wake. You become the enemy when they are feeling negative emotions, and they want to ensure you are aware of how hurt they are. Because the narcissist is unable to see you as a person they once cared for or loved, their words are meant to illustrate how much they dislike you in that moment. When someone lacks object constancy, they are unable to see a relationship as stable when there are setbacks. People are seen in one of 2 ways: as special, entitled, and unique, or as defective and worthless. Someone with narcissism cannot hold a person within both of these categories at the same time. When you are acting in a way that makes a narcissist feel good about themselves, then they see you as good and worthy of positive interactions. When you are upset with them or hurt them, you are seen as bad and not worthy of any positive interactions from them. Once you can again behave in a way in which the narcissist feels good about themselves and you are feeding their narcissistic supply, then you become someone they have a positive view of. But how is that related to control? Just as it is unpleasant for you to be on the roller coaster ride of ups and downs with the narcissist, it is equally unpleasant for them to have to live that life daily. You have a choice to move away from the narcissist's behaviors, but the narcissist is stuck with their own decisions and how they affect them. Because they are so reactive to their environment, they must learn how to effectively control to create as much predictability as possible. The controlling isn't directed at you per se. The control is completely meant for them. Comment below if you have been on the narcissist roller coaster and what you think contributed to the ups and downs. The second reason narcissists control is it helps them feel important. The narcissist needs to feel like they are the best at everything and that they are who people always think of. They need to feel as if they are always at the forefront of your mind. If they no longer feel important, then they are exposed to narcissistic injury because they must look inward and are at risk of recognizing they aren't the person everyone is thinking about. And this leads us to the third reason narcissists are so controlling, and that is because it helps them inflate their narcissistic supply. As I've mentioned, the narcissist has an unstable sense of self and is reactive to the world around them. They are incapable of making themselves feel good after something negative has happened to them. They rely on sources of supply to inflate their narcissistic ego. The supply is a sort of buffer to the world, which allows them to be a little less reactive to what is happening around them. One way they can inflate their supply is by controlling others. This sense of power and importance through controlling others helps remind themselves that they are a superior person they believe that they are. As they take away your feelings of happiness and self-worth through their control, they inflate their ego so that they can survive one more day in a world that they feel so out of place in. What are some ways you have been used by the narcissist as they try to inflate their narcissist supply? And the last reason why narcissists control everything is it protects them from narcissistic injury. When the narcissist is exposed to narcissistic injury, this exposes them to narcissist collapse, and this is the final downfall of the narcissist from which they can't recover. The narcissist lacks the ability to stabilize their internal thoughts and feelings on their own, and this is why they rely so heavily on the supplies in their life. The narcissist must always have ready sources of supply to protect against narcissistic injury. If the narcissist feels as if they're at risk of being exposed, they rely more on their supply to inflate their narcissistic ego to a point which serves as a safe buffer for them against the world they believe is out to get them. As a narcissist can feel a looming collapse, they go into panic mode. They will control more and control harder in a last-ditch effort to inflate their narcissistic supply, which is almost on empty. This is where the narcissist can be their cruelest. They are only focused on saving themselves. The narcissist has so many ways to control because control is so important to protecting them from narcissistic collapse. While it can feel personal when the narcissist is controlling you, it is important to always remember it isn't about you. The more controlling the narcissist is being, the more out of control they feel in the moment. It is natural to think it is about you and to blame yourself. However, step back and remind yourself that a greater grasp on the world around them means the narcissist is feeling at risk of narcissistic injury, and this is about them and not you. Today I discussed 4 reasons why narcissists control you. To learn more about narcissist control, click on the video in the corner, or you can find the link in the description below. See you at the next video.